another heavyweight in the team, or in fact, at the top of the team, you could say, in Anthony Joshua. He's not fighting now until 2023, which is completely understandable. I guess the major speculation around him recently has been the training team. There's been a lot of talk about who it's going to be. Will it be someone different for each fight in the corner? Roy Jones has been floated. I don't know how much of that is him pushing himself forward. But just, can you give us some update on that?
Yeah, the Roy Jones situation is, I can tell you now, there's been no official conversations about Roy Jones coming into the camp at all. I think AJ was out in Abu Dhabi for the Bivol fight. I think Roy was there as well. They got talking. And, Roy's a Hall of Famer. AJ is going to chew his ear off and going to ask him questions, and he's going to get advice from him. But that's as far as it's gone. There's been no official conversations about bringing Roy into the setup, and there's been no official conversations about changing the setup that we've got at the moment. I think it's all a bit of hearsay and speculation at the moment. AJ's taking the rest of the year off, which I've always thought was the right move. He's going to have a chance to actually properly recuperate, reset, and we'll go again early next year, March, April time. We're looking at we're formulating some lists of opponents now. So you will probably get an announcement on that not until the new year, I would imagine. But yeah, on the training side of things, no conversation about changing anything at the moment. And Roy, as much as we all respect him and appreciate what he's done, he does a great job with Chris. There's been no official conversations about Roy coming into the setup to work with AJ.
Those are the words of Will Harvey. Shout out to Seconds Out for conducting the interview. As you heard him say, there's been no official conversations with Roy Jones coming into training Anthony Joshua. And as far as he knows, nobody's talked about it, and we won't hear anything about it until New Year. So, but he definitely mentioned Roy Jones because everyone thought that Roy Jones would be that guy because they were at the same event. And Anthony Joshua did ask him for, some pointers or whatnot. But let me counterpunch something, okay, concerning AJ. AJ is like a walking 6'6" sponge. He's going to talk to everyone and get everyone's take on a lot of different issues and a lot of different perspectives. That's what he does. That's what he's always done. If you see Anthony Joshua anywhere talking to anybody about that, it's more than likely boxing and techniques abroad. He wants people's take on what should happen, what they did versus probably what he would do. And just because you hear or he would hear something doesn't mean he's going with it. He just wants to know what it is because maybe he's comparing it to the last person that he talked to. Let's say, for example, we had Roy Jones and then we had Ronnie Shields. Okay, so let's say he was just bringing up a particular question to ask Roy because he wanted to know how Roy was going to respond versus how Ronnie Shields responded or versus how Virgil Hunter responded. Okay, so that's what I believe he was doing. And I think, when they asked Roy that, Roy's a straight shooter. He's like, look, I will introduce him something. I will recommend something. Don't mean he was going to do it. Don't mean he was going to train him. But if he wanted to do it like me and you seen what I can do, I'm going to give him a game plan. If he likes it, that's cool. And if he doesn't, that's cool too. So at least we have some valid information. And if you guys don't know, Harvey is the head of 258. Okay, so he runs things, so nothing goes by him without him knowing, especially who AJ is going to be trained with. But I can tell you this, that, we haven't heard anything different. He hasn't heard anything different, sure. But I seen Joshua's tone when they mentioned Robert Garcia. And his eyes rolled. As you guys can remember, they rolled. They were, fuck. And then he took a drink to kind of disguise the way he looked when he heard that name of Robert Garcia. So one thing's for sure, we're going to see what goes and what takes place in January or at the beginning of the year. And I guarantee you, my guess would be that Robert Garcia wouldn't be one of those guys that is called back. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Will Harvey shutting down the Roy Jones Jr. rumors to train Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!